They entered the forest and ran as quickly as they could down the path. Once she thought they were far enough ahead, Apple Bloom motioned for the other two to slow down. They stopped and listened. Sure enough, in addition to the usual spooky sounds of the forest, they could hear some pony walking through bushes and making just enough noise to be heard.
"This way, y'all,"
Apple Bloom whispered as she stepped off the path and picked her way carefully through the overgrown forest. After all, it wouldn't do them any good if Lily Moon heard them coming. As they got farther away from the path, Apple Bloom quickly realized that as many times as the Crusaders had been in the Everfree Forest, and they had been in there more often than most, they had never been in this particular part before. Apple Bloom recalled Zecora had once mentioned that the Everfree Forest was much bigger than most ponies realized, even ponies who thought they understood the Everfree Forest. Apple Bloom was beginning to appreciate just how little she actually knew about it. Something about this part of the forest seemed wilder, more dangerous than the parts she knew, and those parts were no trot in the park. Up ahead, she saw what looked like a clearing and heard what she hoped was Lily Moon. She mentioned to Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle, and the three of them crept up to a large tree with vines hanging from its branches. They brushed the vines to the side and peered slowly around the tree. Lily Moon stood in the clearing. She was using her horn to levitate large rocks and stack them on top of one another.
"Look!"
whispered Sweetie Belle.
"It's just like the books in the schoolhouse!"
"She was the one doing it,"
replied Scootaloo.
"But why is she doing it out here?"
whispered Apple Bloom. Lily Moon continued stacking rocks and glancing around the forest as if she were expecting some pony to show up. Apple Bloom took a step forward to get a closer look and stepped on a twig. It was small and made the tiniest snap, but it was enough to get Lily Moon's attention. She turned toward the Crusaders and stared at Apple Bloom, surprised.
"We got a couple of questions for you."
Apple Bloom said sternly as she stepped toward her.
"Right, y'all?"
"Help! Help!"
she heard behind her. Apple Bloom turned. Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo were wrapped in vines. Their mouths were covered and they were being pulled slowly up into the branches of the tree.
"Lily Moon, stop it!"
Apple Bloom yelled, but when she turned, Lily Moon was gone. In a panic, Apple Bloom rushed toward the tree. She jumped up to grab her friends, but they were already too high to reach. She wasn't sure what to do. She looked around frantically, but there was nothing nearby she could use to reach them. So instead, she did what any Apple family member in her position would do. She started bucking the tree hard.
"Put my friends down!"
Surprisingly, this actually had an effect. The vines around Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo loosened enough of them to get their mouths free.
"It's working!"
Scootaloo yelled.
"Keep hitting it!"
Apple Bloom reared back her hooves when she felt something down near the ground. She looked and saw more vines wrapping themselves around her. The vines tugged, and with a scream, Apple Bloom was pulled up into the air to join the others.
"This is really bad!"
Sweetie Belle groaned.
"It's not that bad,"
said Apple Bloom as she tried unsuccessfully to grab onto a branch to stop her steady ascent.
"Not that bad?"
Sweetie Belle exclaimed.
"A giant tree is pulling us to our doom and no pony even knows we're out here! How can it get any worse?"
A noise caught the Crusaders' attention, and they all turned to see Lily Moon standing nearby, watching the tree pull them higher and higher.
"Well,
Said Scootaloo.
some pony knows where we are.
She glared down at Lily Moon.
So this is your plan? we catch you doing whatever it is you're doing out here, so you have this tree attack us? We're the Cutie Mark Crusaders. We're gonna get out of this easily.
Scootaloo struggled harder, but the vines around them tightened. Lily Moon didn't say anything. Instead, she rushed over to the trunk of the tree and started feeling around with her hooves. Whatever she was doing caused the tree to pull up the vines faster, as if it was in a hurry to do whatever it planned to do to the ponies.
Lily Moon, please!
Shouted Apple Bloom.
You don't have to do this!
Lily Moon ignored Apple Bloom as she continued searching around with her hooves. She reached underneath a lower branch, and the entire tree shuddered. She pressed harder, and the tree began to sway back and forth. The Crusaders all screamed as they rocked along with the tree. Lily Moon looked up one last time before rushing off into the forest.
Great.
Scootaloo yelled.
She sticks her tree on us and takes us. What now?
Help us! Any pony!
We're being eaten by a tree.
The tree continued swaying. As it did, the vines around the ponies loosened. They quickly became loose enough for the ponies to untangle themselves. Apple Bloom, Scootaloo, and Sweetie Belle jumped down and ran a safe distance away before turning back to watch the swaying tree. As they did, the tree slowed its back and forth motion until eventually it once again stood still. The vines drooped and hung innocently, but the Crusaders knew better than to approach it.
Why did you let us go?
Sweetie Belle asked.
I bet our yelling scared it.
Scootaloo said confidently.
Seriously?
Sweetie Belle asked.
I don't think 3 ponies scared out of their minds screaming for help stopped the hungry tree.
Lily Moon left.
Apple Bloom said, looking in the direction she ran.
And as soon as she was gone, the tree stopped attacking us. She was doing it.
Yeah, because we know she's the one who messed up the schoolhouse and attacked Pip.
Scootaloo said angrily.
Should we go tell somebody? Like maybe our sisters?
Sweetie Belle asked.
No,
Apple Bloom insisted.
we're going to Lily Moon's house on Horseshoe Hill, and we are going to get the bottom of this.
I knew that's what you were gonna say!
Sweetie Belle said with a heavy sigh.